everyone. Thanks for being on. This is, a tremendous opportunity to be part of this, but also for women's hockey. This is a pivotal moment in the history of women's hockey, and I am so humbled and honored to get to play a role in this.
I'll take questions. Same rules apply, if you will, as far as please raising your digital hand. I'll call upon you individually, ask that you introduce yourself and your outlet, and proceed with your questions when ready. I'll allow a moment for the queue to compile. Take our first question from Kat Cornetta, please.
Congratulations, Danielle. I'm Kat Cornetta from the Boston Globe. Just wanted to ask a quick question about what you value in skaters as you enter free agency. I know you had told a colleague of mine at the Globe that you really valued skating skills. Is that one of the first things you're looking for? And in addition to that, what else are you looking for as you look at players?
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about hockey at the highest level, obviously skating is a significant component and an attribute that needs to be at the highest level to compete in a league like this. When I think about the players that I want to bring into my organization, let me start by saying I'm a product of the mentors that I've worked for, the organizations I've been a part of. Jim Montgomery with the Boston Bruins put it really well, and he says that in order to play at the highest level, you have to have hockey sense and you have to have courage. And he says the simple way of remembering that is head and heart. And that's something that I want to take with me when I think about building this team. We're dealing with the highest level of talent in women's hockey. So this talent pool is unbelievable. We're going to have skilled players in all 6 of these teams. And so something that I'm prioritizing is that head and heart.
Thanks, Kat. Esteban, please.
Hi, Danielle. Esteban Bustillos with GBH News here in Boston. Congratulations. First, I guess, obviously, you're, I think, in a unique position. The league is in a unique position where you're starting from scratch. Just as a GM, what sort of unique challenge does that pose? Whereas in other places you have sort of infrastructure in the past. Is it more of a challenge, or is it more of an opportunity to start just from scratch like that?
I definitely view this as an opportunity. I think every coach wants to be in a position, and every GM wants to be in a position where they get to build a team from scratch. Like, that is sort of the dream. That's my dream. And so to be able to have this opportunity to hand pick players to be in this organization to represent Boston, I see it's a challenge because there's so many great players, and we're all going to be fighting over a lot of the similar ones because there's only six teams and so many talented players. But it's definitely viewed as an opportunity in my eyes.
Take the next question from Oliver, please.
Hi, Danielle. Thank you very much for taking the time, and welcome. I guess you're already in Boston, but welcome to Boston women's hockey. You're stepping into a hockey city that's put up 5 championships in women's hockey in the last decade. What's your plan to sort of keep that culture and keep that going, and sort of to follow that up? What's the likelihood that you're looking at bringing back some of those players, whether it be in the draft or free agency, that brought those recent championships to Boston?
Yeah, Boston's a proven hockey city, men's and women's. Between college hockey, the pro teams that are here, being in a market that has 4 major professional sports teams as well, it's a championship city. I'm so excited to get to build a team in this city. The success for this team, it really does come from the teams that have played, the women who have played in the city before, the teams that have played here before. This opportunity and this team and this organization isn't possible without players who played in the CWHL, the NWHL, turned PHF, PWHL, all of these leagues, all these players who have sort of built the foundation for the love of women's hockey in this city. I expect and I'm determined to continue that legacy.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Oliver. Cameron, please.
Hi, Danielle. Congratulations. Cameron Levasseur, the Quinnipiac Chronicle. I was just wondering if you could touch on your time at Quinnipiac and maybe what lessons you're taking from it at this stage in your career.
Yeah, my time playing at Quinnipiac was some of the most pivotal in shaping who I am as a leader and the leadership values that I possess and I value. And that was valuing every role, that every member on the team mattered. Cass Turner, the head coach there, instilled that in all of us, still does. And she made it very clear that it doesn't matter whether you're the leading scorer or you're, at the bottom of the depth chart. You're an important member and you're valued, your role, and you're going to help us in creating this winning culture. And so that's something that I, want to take into when I'm building this team, not just the team, but the staff. Like every person on the staff is going to be valued. Every player on this team is going to know what their role is, why they're important, how they're going to help us win a championship.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cameron. We'll go Kenzie and then Angelica, please.
Hi, Danielle. Congratulations. Along with TSN. Just to kind of go back to that point of such the rich talent in the Boston region, as you look at the next years ahead for Team Boston, how much will you be looking at that local region of, the players coming out of Northeastern, coming out of Boston U? Just how much do you feel that kind of gives you an advantage in the way of having such a rich local market of college talent?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's super helpful to have all of these high caliber Division I college hockey programs in this area. These players will be comfortable in this environment. They'll know the city well, but I think Boston's a desirable market for anyone playing anywhere around the world. So as much as it's exciting to have so much college hockey in Boston, like I'm excited to pull talent from all over the place.
And when you look ahead to this free agency period, how much are you weighing a player's position to, the best of the best when you look at trying to lock down those three players?
Yeah, that's definitely a component of it. I have to be strategic as I'm building out a team, but at this point in it is like I expect to get three of the best players in the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Angelica and Alex, please.
Yep. Hi, Angelica Rodriguez from the Ice Garden. Just what can we expect with you in terms of getting your coaching staff together? Like, what is a specific timeline that we can expect, at least from Boston?
Yeah, as Jane had mentioned earlier, all of us are pretty close in securing head coaches. I'm right there with that group. I have someone in mind who has given me the verbal yes that they're going to be joining the staff. And together, I think we're going to build out the rest of the staff. I want this to be a collaborative effort. I want the head coach to take some ownership and take pride in the people that we bring into this organization as well.
Gotcha.
So it'll happen soon.
And then, obviously we've heard a lot made of, some of the consultative and support roles that the NHL has played in PWHL teams. Obviously, you have some experience with the Boston Bruins. Are you looking to kind of facilitate that in the future or out of the gate? Like, what do you see the relationship with Boston's PWHL team being with the NHL team and the Bruins?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that's up to the NHL and the league offices. I'm going to do everything that I can. I have great relationships with the Bruins. They've been unbelievably supportive in me taking on this role. And I'm hoping to maintain those relationships, and I expect to take advantage of those relationships to make sure that this team and this league gets, the credit it deserves, gets the visibility it deserves in relation with the NHL.
Thank you.
So Angelica will take Alex, Jean-Francois, and Nathan to wrap up Danielle's Q&A. So please proceed, Alex.
Hi, Danielle. Alex Azzi with The Messenger. I wanted to actually go back to a position that you held at Quinnipiac. I think the title was Director of player development and operations. That's not a title I have very often seen in women's hockey, especially at the college level. And was curious if you could speak to if that was like an original role at Quinnipiac and how that helped define your career moving forward.
Yeah, it's not a traditional role. It was a hockey operations role that Cass Turner, the head coach there, sort of built around bringing me into that staff. She didn't have an assistant position open, and I was looking to get into coaching at the Division I level. Prior to that, I had been at Connecticut College, Division III program, and I wanted to be back in Division I. I wanted to be in a place that could offer athletes every resource to be successful. And so she sort of created that role to allow me the opportunity to see how the Division I program is operated, give me as much coaching responsibility as I can, find ways to develop the players while they're there, within the NCAA guidelines. And I'm really grateful for her doing that for me and having that opportunity, because it's definitely opened doors for me along the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Nathan, then Jean-Francois, please. Nathan Vaughn, can you unmute and proceed, please? Nathan, having trouble hearing your audio. If you could type your question into the chat, I will ask it on your behalf. In the meantime, Jean-Francois, you can proceed with your question.
Thank you. Danielle, Montreal and Boston. I'm from Radio-Canada in Montreal. Montreal and Boston is a natural rivalry. How much of a motivation factor will that be when the season starts? And how will the outsiders be able to say, hey, that's Danielle Marmer stamps on that Boston team? What will it look like?
Yeah, I mean, Jana mentioned it earlier. We are all very competitive. It doesn't matter what market we're playing. It's going to feel like a rivalry game. There definitely is that history with Boston and Montreal. I welcome that rivalry and the excitement around those kinds of games. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I touched on it a little bit earlier about the head and heart. I think I want players who are going to compete, who are going to leave everything out on the ice. They're going to be good human beings, good people. They're going to take part in the community. They're going to be known in the community, and they're going to do what they can to give back to the community. That's something I really care about. I love the city of Boston. Being with the Bruins, I got to see firsthand what those players mean to the city and how much they did to give back to Boston. So, you're going to see players who are in the community, who care about the community, who care about each other, and who are going to compete and battle, leave everything out on the ice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Last question from Nathan, shared in the chat was, do you have any arena sites in mind already for both games and practices? I'll preface that by saying the league has not formally announced any venues yet for competition this season, but I'll allow Danielle to share her insight on the variety and opportunities that exist in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit already. It's a hockey city. There's so many opportunities and so many options for sort of state-of-the-art arenas and practice facilities. In communications that I've been a part of, I know firsthand that the facilities that we're talking about are going to be they're elite. They're at the highest level, and I think any player is going to be really excited to call one of those facilities home.
Thank you, Nathan, for the question, and to all other media for your participation. Danielle, thank you for your time, and congratulations once again on the appointment as General Manager for PWHL Boston.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everyone.
This time I'll welcome in Natalie Darwitz, the new General Manager for